This video is to determine the physical characteristics as it relates to the true nature state of Prakriti. There is a questionnaire on the physical health page of atetv.com. As we age, our appearance and attributes change, but our true nature stays the same. It is what we are born with and is determined by the Prakriti of our parents at the time of conception. It's like an energy, DNA. You are what you are throughout life, and it never changes. So remember that the questions that you have just answered are about the true natural state of your Prakriti. Because of these changes, try to remember how you were as a young person. For example, you may have developed joint issues such as cracking, but as a young person you don't remember having that. So your answer would be according to how you were. If none of the answers apply, don't answer any, and if more than one applies, answer all that do. In the following examples, I am assuming one answer to each question in the questionnaire, but these numbers may not necessarily be the same for you. In this example, VATA is clearly the dominant dosha. Very few people actually have one dominant dosha, but this might be the case for you. People with dominant VATA dosha have to be careful with diet and lifestyle, particularly in the latter part of life when VATA aggravates anyway. People with dominant PITTA dosha should eat 3 meals a day at regular times and avoid hot, spicy food, alcohol and stress. PITTA aggravates in the middle years when stomach problems can develop. KAPHA is dominant even though PITTA is also quite high. In a case like this, it's a good idea to remember the second dosha being a bit high, even though it isn't dominant. KAPHA dominant people gain weight easily and must stay away from heavy foods and drinking too much liquid. Depression and obesity can be an issue, especially in cold, wet weather. This example shows VATA and KAPHA doshas almost the same. So this Prakriti is VATA KAPHA or KAPHA VATA. This type is much more common with two equally dominant doshas. You could actually say KAPHA VATA or VATA KAPHA. KAPHA will be a problem in childhood and teens, and VATA issues in the latter years, such as joint and dryness issues. This example is both KAPHA PITTA or PITTA KAPHA. Two doshas are equally dominant over VATA. So in this instance, VATA will not be a problem until the latter years. But KAPHA, such as weight and mucus issues, and PITTA in the middle years, need to be managed. This slide shows an example of VATA PITTA and PITTA VATA. Ayurveda doesn't make a distinction between these two. PITTA is quite high, so it needs to be remembered when managing health. There may be skin diseases and hyperacidity in the middle years and arthritis in the latter years. This is the best doshic combination to have, but at the same time is quite rare. Nevertheless, KAPHA will aggravate in childhood and teens, PITTA in the middle years and VATA in the latter years of life. If there are any aspects of this questionnaire that you don't fully understand, please email info@atetv.com.